Today I have an HP Envy TouchSmart 17. The model number is 17-J141NR. This is a large, older laptop that's been used by kids for some time. The lid is loose, as you can see. This hinge is completely broken. I think both the hinges are broken inside the case. Part of the hinge has gone into the fan. You can hear parts moving around in there. Just flipping it over, this little piece of red plastic popped out. So we'll take the battery out. So that screw that didn't come out by the battery is attached to this broken boss. The one that did come out felt like it wasn't attached to anything. So somebody just ripped this case off at some point in the past. It's quite a large piece of plastic here. I mean, I was worried that the customer wouldn't want to do something dodgy for the hinge, but look at this. So something has gone into the fan. This hinge here is completely separated from the case. Let's see what we can see over here. That's not attached to anything. That is, and that is. So there's plastic here that's ripped out of the case. This is such a poor design, this case. So this screw, this top screw, is screwed into a metal insert that was encased in a plastic boss. That's completely missing. Same with this other screw here. That had been attached in here, but that boss is missing. There's a metal insert here that was just riding free, so there presumably was a screw in there that had been attached to that. There's literally nothing to screw this hinge into at all. So there are 3 screws on the hinge, with the metal boss is still there, a 4th one that was down in here. So what I've seen people do is quite unlike what was done on the other corner. So the other corner here, they apparently just gave up and just cemented the hinge down with, I'm not sure what, some type of mixed substance, but it's coming apart and falling into the fan. So this fan has got dust bunnies. Oh, it's got missing teeth. Yeah, this fan is definitely needs to be replaced. I've not seen anything quite like this before. I mean, the rest of the computer actually looks okay. There's damage to the case, to the plastic. Loads of the plastic bosses are broken off in different places. There's one there. This one looks broken in half. This one's broken completely off at the base. It's just, this has been pried open by somebody who didn't really know. So this type of repair I was hoping to avoid because the power jack is on this side. And so if I permanently fix this down, that power jack is never going to be replaceable. And hopefully that, is never an issue, but it often is with HP laptops. If I just weld this hinge down in place like they did on the other side, replacing that power jack will never be possible. It's likely that the fan is separate from the heatsink. I'm going to start with that assumption. Just see if I can unscrew the fan. Oh yeah, so that screw is missing. So there's one screw here. This laptop has seen better days, that's for sure. So these are some fan blades that came out. A little bit of plastic. Hard to say what actually went in there initially to break the fan. It's probably not there anymore. This fan is missing several blades. Looks like a good match to me. Screw hole there. Power for the fan is here. There's a screw hole here as well, but it doesn't quite line up. Oh, it's broken off. So beneath this screw hole, there is a remnant of a boss that is no longer there. I'm going to attempt to create a new screw boss here. I'm going to put a little puddle super glue and drop baking soda into it. Try to build up a little mound. Problem here is I don't know how tall to go before putting this insert on there. So I'm going to drop a metal insert that I've got left over. That looks like it's a little high already. Wow. It's amazing how fast this stuff builds up. I think that is actually right where it needs to be. Right there, okay. I'm going to put those other two screws in just so I don't accidentally misalign this. Don't know if that's going to work or not, but it looks like it probably will. Wow, I'm really happy with this. I'm going to let that dry for a little longer. Might even put some more baking soda on it. I'm so pleased with that. I would say that's in there pretty well. This looks brilliant. I'm really happy with this over here. I mean, that's in there. I'm not going to touch it because I think it's probably a bit delicate, but it's going to hold the fan in place for sure. So I want to get these three metal inserts out of there. There's plastic falling off of them. This is going to be hard because that's completely gone. Like there's no plastic underneath there. I don't know what's actually touching here. I think the middle insert might be fitting into where it belongs. I don't know. Okay, so there are normally 3 screws, 1, 2, 3, that attach through this hinge, and then a 4th one comes through the bottom of the case. I just don't know how on earth I'm going to get those to line up. unless I just glue it in place. I really don't want to glue it in place. I want to be able to unscrew this hinge so that we can replace that power connector if that is ever needed. So there is some plastic in there still. That's going to come out with these. Okay, so we've got a bit of structure here. I think it's pretty clear that that was right there. Tempted to super glue that in place right now while I can. Now, what does that hinge look like? Oh my god. It looks better. Okay. So the hinge is done, and now it's going to go back to the customer because the cooling fan is working, and that was the primary concern. They can now use the laptop until the new digitiser screen comes in, and hopefully I'll find a new down arrow key by then as well. And then the battery, we're still waiting for that. It was coming from Poland, and the day it was shipped was also the day that the borders all closed up because of COVID. So still waiting, more to come.